Hey guys, welcome back to episode 3 of Front Page Esports. I'm Rob Flax. I'm joined by my co-host Frank Salerno. We have another full week of headlines for you guys. Let's get into it.
Yeah, and then we start off with news of Mixer, one of the popular streaming platforms that hosted big streamers and poached big streamers like Ninja and Shroud from Twitch.tv. It folded this past week and merged with Facebook Gaming. Microsoft's Mixer is no longer giving all the assets to Facebook Gaming. And the question was, what's going to happen to these really popular streamers? That was the top question everyone was asking on social media with Ninja and Shroud. And it turns out that the big contracts they were suspected of getting from Mixer, they're just going to get all the money guaranteed and be free agents. Ninja got bought out with $30 million and Shroud with $10 million. And now they're free agents. They streamed for about 8 months on this new platform and then got the bag and left. And now they're going to YouTube, Twitch, wherever they want to go. It is insane money. It's the biggest monetary, contract buyout in the history of Twitch streaming.
And the history of not Twitch, actually.
It literally amazes me how much money they got. They streamed for 6 and 8 months respectively and got the bag, and they're gone. They're free agents.
Absolutely. And they actually were able to maintain most of their viewers that they were getting through Twitch, through the VODs that they were releasing on YouTube. So migrating from one platform to another, taking a third's money and having a backup revenue through a fourth platform. These guys just playing four-dimensional, four-platform chess with their audience. I'm really happy for them. Like, honestly, like, get the bag, get the buyout. This is the type of treatment that usually you have to buy out like an NFL player for a type of contract. This is insane.
It's crazy. Ninja's brand is huge. I mean, Shroud is probably the biggest FPS gamer on Twitch. Or was on Twitch, and he was on Mixer, but he's one of the biggest FPS streamers in the world. And we knew their contracts were big, and we knew they were multi-year, 2 to 3 year deals. That's kind of what all the rumors and reports were coming out saying. That's what it was at. We didn't know the monetary value. Everyone was reporting around 15 to 20 million, so we suspected it was a high value. But when Facebook Gaming bought Mixer recently, Facebook Gaming reportedly offered Ninja 60 million and Shroud 20 million, double their original deals, to stay on the platforms, and they both said no, which means that Mixer was unable to fulfill the contract. The contract was voided, and they get the bag, and now they're completely free agents. Shout out to Loaded, their management company, for somehow making this happen. It is crazy what they were able to do. As two streamers to make that much money, neither of them are 30. Shroud's only 26. I mean, it's insane. They're set for probably the rest of their life. They really
quite a few lifetimes, but also you do have to respect that while they're getting the money here, they actually do seem to really care about their audience. They knew their audience was split with the Mixer deal, and they knew that Facebook Gaming was just going to be a bridge too far. Facebook is a platform for many things, but the hip new platform for the new world of like esports and Twitch streaming and stuff like that, and just that type of career is really not the path. Now you could argue that getting that type of top talent is what would have made it there, but they decided that they actually really wanted to respect the audience that they had built up, not test them even further. And yeah, they got a big bag, but they turned out an even bigger one just to be able to put the content out back on their platforms.
And sorry, Rob, sorry for interrupting you, but Facebook Gaming, another thing with Facebook Gaming is it has a decent hold in the space. It has a decent amount of viewership, and it's growing slowly, quarter by quarter. But it just isn't the place for a major brand these days. You know, the major brands strive on YouTube and Twitch especially. Facebook's just not the place that I think Ninja or Shroud want to bring those brands for the next 2 to 3 years. But one thing to understand, though, with Mixer now merging with Facebook Gaming is that there are a lot of employees and other streamers on the Mixer platform that we have to also consider, because a lot of them didn't even know this was coming. This was a bombshell to a lot of them. And some of these streamers and employees are in a rough spot, Rob.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a little bit, I think, unfair just from a management standpoint for you as an employee of a company to be finding out its liquidation at the same time as us in the general public. I mean, from what we understand, us in the esports media and just the first web articles were going up about this mere hours after the employees and mere hours before that of the actual managers at these companies found out. So I think that's just a very accelerated timetable, which doesn't leave a lot of room for people who probably uprooted their lives and who are building software, from some reports were indicating, still trying to build products, still develop the Mixer brand, found out that same day. So our hearts go out to them. And actually, Ninja was actually going through the streams of some of these other streamers on Mixer, donating, him and his wife, just trying to spread some of the love. So it's clear that they're still looking back behind them, and other people that they were elevating on the platform with them, they're not forgetting about.
Yeah, and Facebook Gaming did offer Mixer streamers a $2,500 severance Also, this is reported, by the way. We don't know if this is completely official, but it was reported that Facebook Gaming offered Mixer streamers who were partnered $2,500 severance kind of as a signing bonus in order to stream on Facebook Gaming for 90 days into the future. So that a lot of these streamers may take up that offer in order to gain that pay, especially right now. It's a really tough time to go find jobs. So we'll see what happens with Facebook Gaming and those Mixer streamers. That story will continue to develop over time, especially also to see where Ninja and Shroud take their career next. But moving on now, the other esports, obviously, to talk about. I mean, we didn't even talk about an esport. Yeah, we were talking about streaming, but obviously a big part of the community. So let's get to the esports side, Rob. Tell us what's going on.
Absolutely, guys. So the LCS, which is the League of Legends series here in North America, just wrapped up their second week, and it just seems like another season where Cloud9 is appreciably better than everybody else in the region, and even global ranking stats are putting them on the global ranking about 6 or 7. But even these global ranking sites, they're acknowledging that Cloud9 is just so superior to everyone else in the NA region. They actually can't even accurately gauge their skills. They just haven't been tested. Now, we're not going to get into here just the rookie level mistakes that were going on in the bottom tier of NALCS in the first 2 weeks. The streamers, the personalities, and the actual community members are doing that enough. But what we're going to focus on is what I think is interesting about these standings, which is that TSM is again in the middle, even though Doublelift is back on Doublelift, of course. Big star, a lot of drama, dramatic departure from Team Liquid, a lot of drama there, but he's notoriously a bit of a difficult teammate, and we might be seeing that just a lot of plays in the week. Just we're showing not a lot of synergy between him and his team. Again, Doublelift kind of doing his own thing. Flashbacks to like 2014, early 2015 CLG days, where it was Doublelift carrying a team that just didn't know what to do with him. And again, it's upsetting to see players who work this hard. He had an interview recently. He was saying he wanted to see at least a couple more Worlds appearances before he was done. But guys, I don't see him getting there playing like this. And then also, so we're talking about how LCS is like not with the greatest amount of talent at the moment. So what's interesting is they actually just changed the rules for what type of players and what type of play is going to be acceptable in terms of making it there. So they're making it harder for so-called one-tricks, people who are extremely good at one champion but not necessarily good at a team environment, to make it there as well. And they're changing the academy rules. They understand that with COVID, you just can't put in as many hours into the streams. So they're allowing solo queue only, wrangling 5 people in the middle of a global pandemic who aren't a professional team, understandably difficult. So those rules are loosening up. So hopefully, that means some of these barriers to entry and getting these new and fresh talents in here are going to be broken down. And again, we can actually see some of that in the Academy Rush schedule, which has been upgraded to go at the same time as Friday Night League on Fridays. So for the LCS viewing schedule, Thursdays will be the Academy League games. The Academy Rush will be Friday, along with Friday Night League, which only has 2 LCS games. And then the Saturday and Sunday full-fledged broadcast will have 4 games of LCS respectively. So a full schedule and hopefully a higher quality experience from those games to come next week.
Yeah, I mean, Rob giving you the insight from someone who loves the game. I've followed League loosely over the years, and I'm going to continually start to learn it more and enjoy it more. I've seen Rob's passion. I know the passion for League. We have to give you the best League of Legends and LCS news because it is probably the biggest esport in the world, and there's always so much going on. And I was looking at the power rankings because you mentioned we were going to talk about it, and I saw Cloud9, and that's one thing I'm like, yeah, even I remember that's always been the team. I've always seen Cloud9 there. For some reason, they're always on top. So something we can follow as we go into the future of LCS going down the line as we continue our show here. One last topic to talk about very quick, just in the gaming world, a very big game came out this past week, a game that's extremely popular and probably the most popular solo game or a single-player game of the last decade. It's arguable, Rob. And that game is...
And I would argue it.
You can argue it, but it's Last of Us, and they came out with Last of Us Part 2. It's a PlayStation exclusive, and I've seen a lot of positive reviews, 10 out of 10s, and Rob himself, he said to me that he's seen a lot of really negative reviews.
Yeah, I have. It's one of those games where it gives you no good options and then yells at you for taking the no good options that it gives you. Again, it's tired. Don't yell at me if I don't give it any other choices.
Well, the game's known for its extreme emotional grabbing with the player, and it's a very emotional and very suspenseful game. So if you have a PlayStation, check out Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2, which just got released. So that's all the time we have here on this week's Front Page Esports. Make sure to follow us. We'll be back next week. Hopefully we'll have some fun, more esports things and less streamers just making millions and millions of dollars while we just sit here.
Yeah, but listen, if that's the sign of how much money this career path is going to have, guys, we pick a good time to start a show.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll check you next week.
Bye-bye, guys.